Hello and welcome to episode 3. The goods market. So, the key thing that you need to know about the goods market is that in the short run, it's all about the interactions between production and consumption with a sprinkle of income. As you already know, we have our components of aggregate demand. So we've talked about this before. Consumption, investment, government spending, taxes, exports and imports. So for now, just to make things a little bit easier, let's be a bit self-centered and imagine the rest of the world doesn't exist. It's just our country and we're in a closed economy. We use the assumption that investment inventory is equal to 0. And that means that our exports equals imports, which equals to 0. So in our closed economy, our Z, which is our output, our demand, that's going to equal just C plus I plus G. Now remember, G and T collectively make our fiscal policy. So the fiscal policy is using taxes and government spending to influence what we're doing. Taxes go up, we get very sad, and we can't spend as much. So that sucks for everybody because the whole economy is breaking down. So I want to ask you a little question, which is probably quite self-reflective and probably a little bit personal. What's your marginal propensity to consume? Because I think mine is like 1. So what that means is, if your marginal propensity to consume is 1, then every £1 you earn, you spend. If it's 0.3, then you spend 30p and you're saving 70p. So that's what we should be doing. In our consumption function, we assume that it is linear. So that means our consumption is equal to our initial consumption plus our consumption in time period 1, which is multiplied by YD at that time. Well, that's our disposable income. It's everything that we earn minus all the taxes. So now when we combine both of these, we can sub in our disposable income into our linear consumption function. So where the macro comes in is we try and find a point of equilibrium. So basically the steady state of the economy where we want to be at all times, or at least return to if things go really, really wrong and we're really far out of equilibrium. We want to come back to this point that makes us feel nice and comfortable. So I'm going to show you how we can actually solve for this. Key things to remember: if C0 increases, demand also increases, which means that the demand curve is shifting upward. We love our shifts. This is because when we get 1 more pound of demand, we get 1 more pound of production, which means we get 1 more pound of income, and that keeps it flowing. Now I'm going to introduce you to a key concept, which is the IS relation, so our investment savings. There's like a really very clear link between investment and savings, because if you have money come in and you don't spend it, you put it in the bank, that's you saving it. But that money there is gaining you interest rate, so it's thought of as a way of investing because you get some money for keeping that money. And then on the other side, the banks are going to use it for further investments. So basically any money that you do not spend is classified as investment savings. They are the same thing. We always keep those as equal. First, we look at the private and public saving. So everything we individually save and also what the government manages to save, which is, not that close to what they spend. This is determined by S equals YD minus C, your disposable income minus your consumption. So basically, since we remember that disposable income is just your income minus taxes, and then the government saving is going to be T minus G. So basically all the taxes coming in minus all the spending going out. In an equilibrium, I is equal to S plus SG. So basically investment is equal to saving from the public plus the saving from the government. Since we know what S is equal to and what SG is equal to, that gives us an equation of Y minus T minus C plus T minus G. And so the T's are going to cancel out And we just get left with y minus c minus g. So basically, our investment is just equal to all the output, so all the income in the country, y, minus all the consumption, minus the government spending. And that's your IS relation. So that's all that means. Because you can then rearrange it to make y the subject, as we always do. So your income slash output, GDP, same thing, is equal to consumption plus investment plus government spending. And so the IS relation, which sounds unnecessarily complicated, it's really just giving the relationship between what is happening between income, investment, government spending, and consumption. And it's pretty simple. It really is just showing what is coming in and what is going out and what's left behind. Now, one more really simple definition for something that sounds overly complicated, the paradox of saving. This is when your C0, so your base level consumption, declines at all levels of income. So basically, every paradox of saving is like everybody's saving more, just in general. Whatever may have caused that, that's just the effect of it. So that's all for today. Now remember one more thing, you can book in tutoring sessions with me one-on-one, just read below how to do it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Yeah? Come back.